episodes ago, we spoke about getting back to the gym post baby life, you know?
Yeah, I gotta lose weight too. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I've gained 10 pounds.
Okay, so I lost and you gained.
I've gained 10.
Isn't it always like that? Somebody, you know.
It kind of flipped.
Yeah, like if they lose weight and then you're like, I gained weight.
Yeah. You can't curse yet. You gotta be a minute in.
Beep it out.
You gotta get into a minute or two in before you use any profanity for the children. Actually, yeah, I've been gaining weight. I don't know if it's a thing, but since my wife has been pregnant, you know, she likes to snack and here and there, and she's not ballooned up to like 200 pounds or like that. But so I'll snack with her, you know, and then like that kind of added up. But it's not like, you know, I'm not gonna be in like my 700-pound life anytime soon.
You're not gonna be visiting Doctor Now.
No, it's that my wife has been watching it here and there, and it's a bizarre show.
Oh
it's
man, the keloids and stuff.
It's so weird. Like I don't know how. The main question that popped up is how, like how did you, how like I don't that sound like a broken record, but like I've seen a few episodes and I'm like, I don't understand how someone gets that like big, like literally 600 pounds.
It's insane.
Like 700 pounds.
It's crazy. Like, and not to use that word insane, but like I'm just saying the amount that they're eating, because like even when I'm at the top of my like weight, you know, like whenever I like gain weight, you know, like the top, the upper level of, you know, whatever. Like I'll have like a big, like I'll get fast food or something, and I'll have a meal and I'll feel bad, you know, like I feel like I need to go on a diet, this and that.
Yeah.
But they'll have like 8 cheeseburgers and like 3 sodas, milkshakes. How do they take that down?
I'm really trying. I really am.
How do they take it down? Like, you know what I mean? Because like I have 2 cheeseburgers and I feel like I'm gonna like my blood pressure or something, you know?
I had a Five Guys burger and I'm like, I'm not joking. I had a Five Guys burger not a night. I had it at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Ask me, did I eat anything for the rest of the day? I didn't eat anything. I had no craving at all till maybe like 9. I had like some yogurt. Like I don't understand how you can have like how someone can have like multiple like 7 cheeseburgers and then pancakes and like and those. I remember one person said one of the episodes. They said, you know, I don't know how I can eat like 4 or 5 meals a day. I mean, I want to eat 1 meal a day. This woman was like 700 pounds. I'm like, what do you mean you're only eating 1 meal a day? How big is this meal? Maybe the meal is stretching 7 hours.
Yeah. And
it's just a 7-hour meal.
Just knowing what I know now too, it's like, I mean, I don't wish I was ever that big, but I just like wish I could like get out myself into one of their bodies and be like, hold my beer, you know, like, and you know, lose that weight off. But you know, I wish I could do that, because
how would that feel to be in that body?
Oh no, it would be really bad, because like they could barely walk, they could barely shower.
So first sponsor is Nbox. Give your home-based business its own mailroom. View your open and scan mail from an encrypted app. Have it forwarded, held for pickup, or shredded and recycled. We'll even include a commercial business address to protect your privacy. Visit www.nboxdelivers.com to see more.
And with our next sponsor, we have Angelic Interference, which is a clothing company that taps into all you astrology lovers out there. Check them out. We're going to put the link down below. They're going to be coming out with a lot of poetry, artwork, music that goes along with their clothing line. So a lot of exciting things coming their way, and we appreciate them being a sponsor of the podcast. The next sponsor is Worldwide Solutions. They can take care of all your tax needs. I know tax season is already passed, but you know, they do business payroll, all types of solutions for businesses, anything tax related, LLCs, incorporated. So reach out to them. Rick's Barbershop, which is here in Garfield. They will have you looking great for your next bar mitzvah or your communion or a wedding, whatever you have coming up. They can take care of you. Just let them know WordsrTough sent you, and they'll give you the WordsrTough treatment. And the last sponsor, of course, Premier Rank Marketing. They've been with us since day one. They help businesses with online solutions such as video content, online campaigns, Hulu advertising, YouTube, Facebook, Google, Twitter, all the socials. They take care of everything for you. They give you an individual plan, no matter what type of business, brick and mortar, phone-based, huge company, or sole proprietor. So reach out to them and they'll hook you up. And if you tell them WordsrTough sent you, they'll give you 50% off, which is a great deal. All right, thank you, and back to the show.
That's actually not bad. Like, I've gained, like, I feel it in my body when I gain like 5 pounds. I literally feel it. Like, I feel it in my skin, with the elasticity in my skin. If I sit down and I feel a little like bloop, like something, I'm like, oh, I felt like that's new. You know, like, or when you sit down and you have, you know, when you eat food and you relax and your stomach is kind of sticking out just more than usual, I'm like,
Now, you know which, where's a moment that you could feel it?
What?
When you hit a bump in the road. It's like your belly, like you get a little belly jiggle.
I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
Well, that happens. You hit a nice bump and it's like, you know, the whole car shakes and then you're like, oh shit, I gotta go on a diet.
I did, well, and this is more, I hate to sound cocky, this is more muscle than it is fat, but I remember I jump roped and my pecs just kind of like moved up and down. I'm like, it felt oddly satisfying. I was like, huh. Yeah, it's like, I kind of like that sensation. That's odd. That's a thing I just discovered about myself. But there's a topic specific that you want to like get into. I guess it's the overarching theme is change.
Oh yeah. That definitely something that I wanted to go over. I'm thinking now that I was.
Did I just sideswipe you? Like, wait.
No, you did, but I think we were hoping to have also a guest for that one.
Oh, okay.
But
then we can kind of,
you know, yeah, like we're kind of like teasing it for the future. You know, the next time we have a guest, we're gonna do an episode about change.
Maybe next episode I might be officially a pop, a dad. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give out the due date, but it's soon. It's very soon.
Yep.
I'm excited and terrified.
Let me tell you something, and maybe you've heard it already. You are not gonna be as scared as when you first like have to take the baby out and put it in the car and drive.
You're
home.
like,
that was the scariest thing for me.
Yeah, like, yeah,
and it's like the hospital, like people say, you know, the hospital's like, all right, now, you know, the hospital's
Bye.
done. And it's like,
figure it out.
Don't kill the baby, you know.
Don't hurt baby.
Yeah, but it's the scariest moment. You're driving. I was like driving home, and I'm like, you know, you're literally breathing, like trying not to have a panic attack. You know, but you're like, you gotta stay calm.
You're stopping at every single stop sign. You're double checking.
Yeah,
triple checking.
And it's like, and you're thinking like, is my baby okay in the car seat? Like over analyzing everything. You know,
like she's too quiet.
Yeah.
Why she's so quiet?
Yep.
You know what helps me when it comes to being quiet or specifically going to sleep? Brown noise.
Yeah.
Did you know that noises have colors? I didn't know that. There's black noise. There's white noise. There's pink noise. I found out that this will all be just nonsense, just pseudoscience, but there's a thing called brown noise, and it puts me to sleep immediately.
No,
I don't know how it works.
That stuff really works because one time, well, actually this happened twice already, and I don't know if I'd said it before on the podcast, but I'll say it again. There's this one video I watched that it's like a specific like frequency, and it's for abundance, right? So like riches and things like that, you know, like spiritual wealth, you know, things like that.
It's like a Chinese thing? Because that sounds like a person from China would like.
It's just like a kind of like a humming noise, but then people put music to it on top of it, and it's like humming behind it, and it's like you're receiving the frequency through your body from the sound, and it results in like almost like manifest destiny type of thing, you know?
Well, manifest destiny is like kind of conquer the land that's
Yeah,
yours.
I mean, but, you know, you
manifest your life.
Yeah, like
That's-
The Secret. You know,
yeah.
like you just think whatever, vision boards, all that. So I did that, and at my job, I was just like, let me just blast this shit. Maybe it just blast me out of this job. And I had just had it on blast, and I was just sitting there, like looking through my phone, doing phone stuff, working on my phone.
You should send it to me.
And yeah, I will, and I'll link
I'm
it
gonna,
on this
I'm
video.
gonna play it during my art classes, so people are like productive.
Yeah, it's nice, and it's kind of like a droney thing, you know. But I went out to walk in the building of my job. $50 I found on the floor.
And that's because you played music.
I don't know, but then I was like, holy! I'm like, what is the coincidence that would happen? Second time, I did it at night before I fell asleep, and I was sleeping to him.
You like went to the bathroom. You shout out $200.
No, the next morning I woke up to walk my dog. $20 right in the middle of the street.
Was it in poop?
No, it was
like
poop.
it was kind of just like placed.
It was in the
poop.
street, like almost like it fell out of a car.
Huh.
And I was like, is that a bill? I know a folded up bill when I see one. Shout out to all my friends.
Let's test that out. Yeah, you should send it to me, or you put
Yeah,
it. Or put
it's
it
really
in
good.
put in the description.
I'll
link,
promise to put in the link, and I won't, but I'll text it
or
to
the
you.
description, and I'll try it out. I don't know. I need
It's
money.
great. I used to read books to it. It's nice to read books to that kind of droney sound. I read a baby book. I read like the whole thing front to back, and I don't really read books like that, you know. But
I read a book. I know it works. I'm $70 for sure.
yeah,
But I don't know. I'll try anything once.
It's good.
Not anything, but I'll try that once.
you already had the brown noise. Might as well come over to the.
I had
The
a
golden
in
noise.
the past. I would listen to podcasts and stuff like that, or like people just talking. I guess mostly just interviews or whatever, and that kind of helped me like fall asleep. But like I'll listen to like Whiskey Ginger or like Tiger Belly or Bad Friends. Problem is that 2 out of those 3 podcasts have Bobby Lee in it.
Yeah, his laugh.
And
will wake
Bobby
me up.
Lee has enough. I mean, I love the guy. I think he's a great. I do think, I don't know him personally, but I do think he's a decent and human being for the most part,
Mhm.
based on public information. But his laugh is obnoxious. Like his laugh is like, if you're sleeping and you just hear him laugh like on a podcast, you're just like, what's going on? Like, and then I'm like, yeah, I can't. But and then I listened to Wim Hof. Like he has these like breathing techniques, but there's like one that's like an hour long. It's just on repeat, and that helped me go to sleep. But then like, I don't know. I just feel like the brown noise is there's no verbal someone talking. Don't like kind of like don't tell me to relax and I don't get relaxed. Like, oh, just relax. Like I can't because I'm a contrarian. Like if you tell me to relax, I do the opposite. You know, but with babies and anxiety, I know a woman that was not anxious in any way, and this could be a good thing because this kind of shows that maybe she trusts me. But I was at CVS today to get sparkling water because I'm almost hitting 40 and it's a thing that old people do.
My girlfriend says it tastes like static.
It's spicy water.
Spicy water.
Why is it spicy? Like that meme. You ever seen that meme? Why
Yeah.
is it spicy? But I was waiting in line. It was just me and this woman had a baby stroller with a baby in it. The baby was like chilling with like this fan and cute. And the woman's like, "Hey," to the cashier, "I can't find this thing. Where is it?" And the cashier kind of just pointed. Like, it's an aisle, whatever. She's like, "Oh, which aisle?" And the cashier's like, "I'll just take you." The woman just leaves her baby there.
Oh my god.
There's no one in the store. It's just, it might be someone in pharmacy, whatever. And they just walk away for a good, like, a minute, maybe 90 seconds. And I'm just
Wow.
kind of standing there, and I look at the baby. The baby looks at me. I'm like, "Hey." And the baby kind of just looks at me like, you're a different person. And it was just this bizarre thing. I'm like, anything can happen now. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna steal a baby. I'm not gonna do like, it's just a baby,
Or
but it's just
front kick it.
It just, yeah, I wouldn't front kick a baby. It was just weird. As like, it was just a weird moment of like, if anything happens, I'm in trouble. Like, anything happens, I'm like, I'm responsible for this baby now. Like, I felt responsible for this baby, and then it came back, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. They went on their way. But it was just one of those weird things, like, if I was a, parent, I was just gonna say if I was a child, but if I was a parent, I wouldn't have done that at all. I would have just left. I think it would probably look like it was 1 year old, maybe like no more than 2, but definitely like 1. And it was just the most weird thing that happened today. I don't know. I can't make ends, but it kind of contradicts the whole like being anxious thing, because if that woman was anxious, she would not have just left her baby there.
I know, yeah, and it's crazy because like being someone that is anxious, and I remember, I forgot what comedian I saw, but I saw this really funny comedian one time when I went to I forgot what comedy. It's up in the Palisades Mall. There's like a comedy club there. But he was trying to explain what it's like having anxiety. And he's like, I'll be on the subway and I'll see a woman holding a baby, and I'll just be like, what if I just grabbed that baby and threw it down the train?
That's terrible.
And then he's like, see, that's what having anxiety is like. I would just be sitting there and I would be thinking about that, and then I just like be looking and like making a weird face and like snap out of it. And he's like, that's what having anxiety is like.
Yeah. I don't think anxiety, but speaking of trains, and this happens every single time, and it freaks me out every single time. I could stand at the subway or a train station or whatever, and I have a desire to walk right into the tracks. It's a weird thing. I don't want to die. And I don't want to unalive myself, sorry. Because algorithm censorship thing. But it's this weird, like, I want to walk that direction. I want to go there. It's weird. But
it's different from that feeling when you're on the heights and like, remember we talked about that?
Yeah. And it's the opposite. It's the opposite of me. When you're at a cliff or a bridge and you're like, I want to, I don't want to get close to that. It's the opposite feeling. It's like, I want to get in there.
Speaking of that,
I want to get right on those tracks.
I read on TikTok, I read on TikTok.
I read on the interwebs.
I got
TikTok.
Something about this bridge where people, if they walk their dog will try to jump off.
That's fun.
Have you seen that? And it's like in Europe somewhere. I forgot where. I'm gonna find it and I'll link it to this video. Whee! And yeah, so people don't take your dog on this bridge because it will jump off. And the crazy thing,
they don't.
Not that it just happens, but some have not died fully, and they'll go back around and up and jump off again. What's up with that?
That's something I want to look at right now, but I won't because we're not going to edit that into the video. And plus my sound box. Oh my gosh, what was it called? Speakers. There you go. Speakers are crappy Apple speakers. I spilled water at one time, and it's just like, never again. Don't buy Apple. Don't buy any Apple product, says the guy with an Apple laptop and an Apple phone. I'm
thinking of bringing the soundboard back. I'll just be like,
we should have a
the siren. I used to have that.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's speaking of like with babies and such. Like I was saying before we started recording, I'm more concerned over other people making my child, my wife, a them issue. And I agree that it takes a village to raise a child. Does it though? Does it feel like a village is helping you out, Jose? Please be honest. It feels like like I was saying, how when you graduate high school or college, or when you have a special occasion, like sometimes a birthday or a wedding or something like that, it feels like people make it about them and how they want to celebrate it instead of just asking you what you want to do. And for whatever reason, when you say nothing, it's like, no, you have to do something. Like, do I have to do something? Why can't you just give me money and leave me alone for my birthday? And I've never, anytime someone wanted to throw me a party and I said, please don't, instead, just all that money you're going to use to throw me a party, just give me the money. And can you tell me how many times has that actually ever happened? Zero. Never happened. I don't know why they don't listen to me. And they're like, you don't look like you're like having a fun time. Like, because I don't want to do anything. I want to stay home and play video games. But do you feel like that whole like it takes a village to raise a baby? Do you feel, not to make you throw anyone under the bus, but like that's the case, or you're kind of like in your own little island?
I think the village could definitely be beneficial, but it depends what village you're in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It depends on the village. You gotta
Village people.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, with village people.
Yeah, some village people are. There's some funky ones out there.
But it's even like I think I could talk about this, like the question of baptism. Like that was a topic that came up.
My baby's a heathen.
We pretty much decided what we're gonna do with the whole baptism thing. I'm not gonna share whether we're gonna baptize a baby or not, but I'm not a practicing anything. I guess I'm a practicing stoic. I'm pretty bad at it though, and it's one of those things I don't want to just say, this is tradition, so we're just gonna do it because that's what tradition is, and
it just makes me want to be like, whose tradition exactly?
Yeah, and why am I gonna follow your tradition? I don't follow like what, I do think that it's important to give your child scruples and a sense of morality, ethics, a sense of, I'm using the word loosely, right and wrong, because it's very situational, what is right and what is wrong, or whatnot. But I don't think, well, I don't know what to do, so the default is Christianity, or you plug in whatever religion or whatnot. So
the default would be Christianity here, but
and let's be honest. I don't know if you're a Bible reader, but I used to be for many, many years. I used to lead Bible discussions and prayer groups, and
wow,
back in
I remember you touching on that a little bit.
Back in the day, yeah. I know the Bible. I have opinions, but I would say this. Baptizing a baby isn't in the Bible, so there's that. So
could that be some kind of like something that got added on
it's
later?
It's a Catholic thing. Yeah. I do know that there's different versions of the Bible, and maybe the Catholic version has child baptism in it. I don't know, but it's not a biblical practice to do as a baby, and I don't want to go off about religion, but like if a tragedy were to happen where a 1-year-old or what have you were to pass away, and a deity out there says, hey, this baby was not dunked in water or sprinkled with water.
It was not dunked in water.
You see that video of the kid getting dunked in water?
Oh, yeah, big time.
That baby, I don't know.
They love dunking them.
They're just dunking them and shaking them and dunking them again. Anyway, if there's a deity out there that if a 1-year-old wasn't dunked in water or sprinkled with water or whatever and said special words, oh, now you're going to hell? Like, I don't know. Okay. All right. Then that deity's a...
So what was like, what would you say was your timeline of like religious, like the height of your religious?
Oh, we're going there. Oh, okay. Because you can see I'm triggered by like, oh, like I actually triggered myself. But pretty much between the ages of, I mean, I was raised in a non-denominational church since I was like 4 years old.
Okay.
But I got baptized. I got baptized actually twice. I got baptized as a child, which doesn't count.
And you're Catholic, right?
No.
Okay.
Lutheran, I'm pretty sure. You know why I don't really know? Because it doesn't count. It doesn't matter. So
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. But if I'm insulting any person that's religious when it comes to baby baptism, I don't care.
Okay.
Because I'm very much like, it's not a thing in the Bible. But I really hope my wife's relatives are not listening to this. But anyway, I got baptized by choice at 15 as a non-denominational Christian. And before that, I was very much a devout Christian already. But to choose to get baptized was like, no, you can't choose until you're a little bit older. And from 15 to 25, I pretty much was a hardcore, 8-day-a-week Christian where I literally went to church like 3 to 4 days a week, and every single day was like a church event and a church thing. And we actually it's called sharing your faith. We actually would schedule times to go out in public, like a mall or usually like a mall of some sort or a grocery store, and go around and just invite people to church. I was that kind of Christian.
Okay.
Never again. Long story short, it was literally during one of my Bible discussions at Rutgers. I would like lead Bible discussions like every single week, like on the grass or in the cafeteria or food court or whatever. And it was literally during one of my Bible discussions, where I'm talking and literally mid-sentence, it was like, I don't believe this anymore.
Oh, shit.
I don't believe it. It was just the weirdest thing. And I was like, nah, that's just the devil. That's the devil getting into my brain. And for like, after that, that's not true. I was like 24 at the time. And for the whole year, I was like sharing with my friends and that are in church. I'm like, I'm really struggling. I'm really realizing that this is not what I want to do. I don't think this is right. All that. And they're like, oh, don't worry, just pray about it. You'll be fine. It's just Satan. I'm like, no. I don't believe in that either. Like this is like, it's just kind of like
That's
my
like
brain just like whoop.
It's like that one video of that kid where he's like, I don't like men's no more.
I don't like man's no more. I like a woman's or something like that.
Woman's.
It was the weirdest thing. But yeah, and then by 25, I was like, this is... And one of my friends / mentors said, listen, just decide. And I'm like, what? I can do that? I was like, yeah, just choose. If you want to go, you can go. No hard feelings. And... oh, were there hard feelings? But yeah, I left the church, and then my like 50 or so friends became like 3. Yeah, that was a hard one too. So, I'm not a atheist, like, down, burn every single Bible in the world kind of thing. I'm like, whoa, I learned a lot, and I learned what not to do. I learned what to do. Kind of don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, kind of thing. But at the same time, if I were to, I know I'm actually not gonna go there. I was like, if I could pick one or the other, I'm not gonna do that. But it was one of those things where I learned a lot, but it's kind of like I'm good. And if being a Christian helps you be a better person and helps you have a community, then do your thing. I'm not against it. I'm not against people being Christian. I'm against people saying being Christian and say, well, I'm Christian, this makes me a better person, now you have to do it too. That's where I kind of get like annoyed by. It's like, great, like if this helps you, it's like me saying I love jiu-jitsu. It helps me a lot. Therefore, every person here needs to do jiu-jitsu, and it needs to be in like schools. It needs to be in law that every person needs to do jiu-jitsu. Now I was like, okay, calm down now.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, as a teacher, I'm very much opinion about like having the separation of church and state. But at the same time, churches, pay your taxes, because they don't pay any.
Yep, they don't pay any taxes. That's right.
0 taxes.
And what's up with these like
what's
like
up?
those mega churches? You know, like the
What's up with these mega churches? You went all Seinfeld.
like the guys that are making like huge amounts of money,
ton.
And then you could tell them they're like these like snake oil salesmen.
Yeah,
you know?
televangelists, snake oil salesmen, all that.
Oh man, yeah.
You know, there's
one in specific though. The one he has like a plane and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, he's beady.
He's got
eyes,
like little vampire like teeth.
He does have vampire teeth.
Yeah.
What's his name? I don't even want to advertise that guy.
Yeah, he looks like a kind of like a marionette puppet.
He doesn't look. Yeah. Yeah.
Vampire.
You're kind of pinpoint. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like similar to politicians where I really don't think you should be making any money. Maybe a living wage, which no one's really getting, to be honest. I think if you're gonna run a church, you should get a living wage, not like money where you're buying mansions and jets and stuff. But yeah, I think speaking of living wage and or lack thereof, like the whole actor and writer's strike.
Oh yeah,
that's interesting.
They're pissed because they're using AI to write scripts and shit,
or trying to, and
yeah.
I don't think they're doing a really good job. But I did I save it? I did save it on my phone, where this is the CEO, I believe. I forgot who said this, but they said that they as in the powers that be when it comes to acting and writers and all that, the end game is to allow things to drag on until union members start losing their apartments and losing their houses, a studio executive told Deadline. Acknowledging the cold as ice approach, several other sources reiterated the statement. One insider called it cruel but necessary evil. Like, hey, don't worry, you're gonna lose your house or your apartment, so we'll just kind of like wait it out until you decide. And I forgot the guy's name, but Bob Iger. He's a CEO, I think I don't know, I'm speaking out of turn, I think of Warner Brothers, I believe, I forget. But he said that it was like irresponsible or irrational, or like the requests or just too much. And I think, didn't he get like millions, like above 20 or $30 million in a year, like, or something?
Yeah,
like
I'm sure they make
it's like
exorbitant amounts
really,
of money.
Bobo, really? Come on. I don't know. I just think it's like even look at a Campbell's soup can. That's a good like an example of like of how one can of Campbell's soup, and Campbell's soup was sort of like the epitome of like cheap, affordable food that anyone can buy. And it's still fairly cheap, but it's like almost $1.50 a can. Campbell's soup used to be 25 cents. Campbell's soup, believe it or not, used to be 10 cents. 10 cents, a little can of soup.
Yeah.
The same size as that Coke can. Now it's like $1.50.
That's terrible. Yeah. Someone was saying that a bottle of like a soda or something like that down the shore, they're selling it like $3.50.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, there's no way. I was like arguing with them, but I mean, I guess that's what they're selling it there. But I'm like, here it's like a little bit under $2. Like $1.89 or something. You can get a bottle. But yeah, no, inflation. Like it's just crazy. What Just the road we're going down.
Inflation happens. It's just that companies are still profiting excessively, and they're like, oh yeah, but we can't afford giving our employees a living wage. That's just too much. We can't do that. Yeah. It's like, what? Like, you can though. You just don't want to.
Yep. The whole food industry is like that. They're making like $1 an hour, but they live off their tips, type of deal.
Yeah, it's nonsense.
It's crazy, yeah.
Actually, do you know what they do to milk when they overproduce? Not overproduce, when they have a lot of milk, you know what they do?
What?
They dump it to keep the price of milk the same. So instead of just like putting that milk into containers and putting it out, they dump it because if they put it out, then the price of the milk is going to go down. So like, well, let's keep the price the same and just dump all this extra milk out. Which is, so you're going to literally brutalize and, not brutalize, but you're going to put undue stress into these cows, and then now like you're just dumping all the milk. It doesn't make any sense. It's just
they should just have like this giant refrigerated plane, like take it over to like thirsty people,
Yeah, put it in a container and I don't know, donate it. Like there's so many other options, or fine, the cost goes down. Like, all right, but who am I though? I'm just an art teacher in front of 2 cameras. And you're probably like watching this on your little phone, which I hope is on an Apple. It better not be an Apple.
Why?
I hate Apple. Says the guy that has an Apple.
Yeah, we're surrounded by Apple products.
Apple products. Speaking of Apple, you know what's delicious with apples?
Peanut butter?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Yeah, especially green apples.
Well, is there different? I mean, I guess it does taste different.
Yeah.
But literally, that's like my late night like snack. It's like, I guess, in peanut butter, and just kind of just eat it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I gained 10 pounds.
PB&J is really good, too. But
I don't know if I could do that. I can do toasted. I don't know what it is, but as I get older, that jelly, is jelly getting sweeter?
No, I don't think so.
Because I'm like each week I'm like, what has jelly always been this sweet? Because it's too much.
I do the Uncrustables, but I mean, I used to do it.
Oh, Uncrustables.
Not now,
I don't.
I'm on
you know
a
why?
diet.
You know why I don't like Uncrustables?
Why?
I've never even eaten one, but you know why I hate them?
Why?
Because I saw one podcast with Tom Segura, which, by the way, he has a hilarious stand-up special now on Netflix. Tom Segura and Bert Kirshner. I'm going to say his name purposely incorrect. Brent Chrysler. You can look him up. Brent Chrysler. There you go. I
don't like him either.
No, he's obnoxious. But there's one... I don't know which podcast this was. He talks about Uncrustables like they're like gold. Like they're like it's an orgasm in his mouth. And they give him like not frozen but like fridge cold Uncrustables, and he's just like inhaling them. And he's like, these are amazing. And I'm like, I hate Uncrustables now.
Well, they have the grape and then they have the strawberry. They're both good. Let me tell you something. I would keep them in the freezer
and just eat them frozen.
And then I would just pull them out and I'd just be like, you know what? Let me eat this frozen. And the peanut butter hard is really good. If you let it thaw, it gets too sweet. Like the peanut butter gets sweet. But when it's frozen, it's great. Right. I love it. It's really good frozen.
You know what's really good frozen?
What?
Moon pies.
Moon pies?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, moon pies are good.
Well, that's like there's choco pie, which is like the Korean version or Japanese version of moon pie. They're both good, but
you would think it would be the other way around, right? Like moon pie would be Japanese and choco pie would be like American.
Actually, yeah, because moon, that actually does make more sense. I mean, I don't even know what moon pie even.
Moon is more like anime,
I thought moon like a last name.
That too. Yeah.
I think isn't in Korea, isn't Moon a last name?
Sounds like it. Yeah.
It would sound like a last name. Anyway, I don't know where we're going
I was thinking
right
like,
now.
you
What
know,
time
Sailor
is it?
Moon.
It's getting late, but but yeah, it's just been a weird, surreal summer because I have summers off. I was as a teacher, but
Yeah, that's right.
I really don't like. I know it sounds kind of weird. Like, wait, how do you not have summers off? I only really have July off, which is 4 weeks, which is what people in Europe usually get, about 4 weeks. Right when August starts, I start teaching like summer courses and stuff like that because I want to get paid. I actually want to work. Kim Kardashian. You seen that video of like women? I tell this to women: just get up and work. Just get up and work. Like, shut up. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know that type of like behavior. I'm like, please stop. Speaking of getting up and working or lack thereof, you know, there's these NPC videos coming out.
You mean like the AI stuff?
No, literally like people are pretending to be NPCs, and an NPC is called a non-playable character in video games. An NPC, and people are going on like webcams and like TikTok and whatnot, and they'll behave like an NPC. And I have to mimic it because it won't make sense unless I do it. Pretty much people will like donate like a firecracker or donate like an apple, and each donation costs money. And it's instead of like saying, hey, I'm giving you 10 cents or $10, it's like, I'm giving you a cotton candy. But when they receive it, they have to say something. So it'll literally be, and it's usually a girl. I haven't seen a guy do it yet. And literally just them staring at a screen go, thank you, yum, 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 thank you, yum, 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 thank you. It's like, and every symbol, it's a different word. So they say, so there's like a bomb, they go, explosion. Thank you, explosion. It's the most, I feel dumb even doing this, but it won't make sense unless I do it. And they make bank.
No, don't tell me.
They make bank. They make money.
I have to look this up. Because you know what else I was thinking of? Being that we've talked about like OnlyFans and things like that. You know, not that I am on these channels a lot or anything, but I've noticed.
I'm
I've
mad
come
that I
across
even know about this stuff.
on some of like webcam sites where there will be a girl on there, but it won't be a human. She'll be like using some like 3D mapping. So she's an anime character
I've seen that.
who the anime
I've
character is
heard of it,
naked,
yeah.
but she could be fully clothed, but she looks like she's naked on the screen because her anime character's mapped to look naked.
I didn't know that.
And then she can move around and it'll move like the character. So I'm like, you're not really naked.
So you're like rotoscoping something.
And she's making money being the anime character. And all that takes really is just some like 3D graphics skills.
It's like advanced rotoscoping pretty much.
Exactly. And she doesn't need to, it's not a real person. And you can use AI to create these anime figures, and you could be anime naked on live webcam and make $500 an hour.
I'm not mad at them doing it. I'm mad at people giving them money. It's like, who are these people giving these people money? Because, hey, like, I told you in the last episode, hey, I'm perfectly okay if someone said, hey, I want to give you like $50,000, $100,000 if you just take a picture of your feet and send it to me, I'll do it. I'm not ashamed to say that, but like, so, but it's more like, who are these people giving these individuals money? Like, what is the thing? What's the kink? What's the frequency? I want to figure it out. Or actually, I'm terrified if I do figure it out, I might understand it, and that might terrify me a little bit. Like, yeah, that actually makes sense. But yeah, like the NPC thing, the AI rotoscoping person thing, it's just if you do that, please explain. Not be the person in front of the camera, but be the person donating money. Because I don't like. I still pay for music. Like,
there's this.
Like I still do. So to me, I feel like I should pay for music because I value the artists and what they do. And I find value in that. I don't find value in some person just being an NPC or doing that. I'm trying to figure out how does one person find value in it to give money to it. So, but yeah, and they figured it out. You know, the people like making the money.
Yeah, there's this new AI game that you walk around the city. It's almost like Grand Theft Auto, but you talk to the NPCs. But you can like literally talk. Like you hold down A and it'll pick up your microphone. You can say whatever you want to it, and all the NPCs in the game are AI, so they have their own voice. They can talk to you, have a conversation.
Wow. Can you marry them? Can you marry?
No, I don't know.
Will you marry me? Yes. I love you. Yeah.
But no, it probably would be like, you're crazy. I need to like get to know you first and stuff, you know, because it's AI.
Actually, I told my Alexa one time. I said, Alexa, yes, I love you. She's like, thank you. I'm like, good night. But yeah, actually, all our living room lights are pretty much plugged into our Alexa. So when we say Alexa, lights on or lights off, stuff like that. Which is gonna be weird raising a child in that environment and say, Alexa, lights on, and she's like, Alexa, light on, like, Alexa, what's 2 + 2, or something like that. Actually, have you seen the video of a kid doing that?
No, but
a kid actually likes going next to their Alexa and asking them like math questions.
I haven't, but I have seen a kid ordering like 1,000
what
boxes of Oreos and shit on a Google Home.
And it happened? They came to the house? 1,000?
Yeah. Because you can order like Amazon style.
I will never connect my credit
careful.
card or debit card to.
Well, the thing is, sometimes it's just interconnected because like if you connect the Google Home to your Google account.
No, I will never.
Something
do
like that with Amazon. I don't know, but yep.
I would never do that.
Yeah.
Like Nope.
These things are
can't
tricky.
do it.
Be careful.
I mean, my left hand doesn't know what my right hand's doing half the time.
Alexa, order 50 WordsrTough large black shirts. Just in case anyone's listening.
That'd be funny.
What's the other one besides Alexa?
Siri?
No, Siri. I can't do that. That'll fuck with people too much.
Why?
What's the Amazon one though? Because that one's Google.
Don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Because I don't know all of it. All I have is Alexa.
They all have names that like backwards. It's like some satanic shit. On that note,
don't tell them that.
Yeah. On that note, now that we demonetize this episode,
you think so?
No.
I don't know. The whole Christian religious tangent, like, I do think, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I do think people, and this is why when it comes to like individuals that have like I would say not a dark past, but have a past where they were a part of a cult, or they were a part of a gang or something or another. I don't really hold it against them. I'm like, well, you were young and impressionable, and you believe this was the right thing. It was a environment where you felt safe, and et cetera, et cetera. But hey, I figured it out as I got older. This is a very toxic environment, not for me. I'm moving on. Like those stories, I can appreciate and empathize with, and I believe them too. What am I getting at? It's more like that. It's so for me, it's more like, am I Christian? No. Is it something that I learned from and grew up in? And to me, that was the norm. being Christian since the age of 4. That was just what was. And there's things I believed and said when I was like 15 to 20 or 25 or 24 that I would like be like, yeah, that is like wrong. And anyway, so I kind of want to make sure that make that clear, like, you know, people, you know, if you met your, before we concluded, like if you met your 20-year-old self, would he be like, dude, you're an idiot? Like, what are you doing right now? What's wrong with, like, that's kind of how it is. Like, if I met myself, if my current age 37 met my 20-year-old self, I'd be like, get out, don't do it. I would slap myself a bunch of times. Like,
yeah, it's like those teachers that they would make you write a letter and then they'd like mail it to you in like 5 years.
That's commitment.
Those teachers, I
like, can't do that.
But you know what it is? They've been doing it for so long.
It's like their routine.
That they have that, they're like, know that there's a bag they got to mail out this year. And they have like each year, you know?
Yeah.
But that's nuts because I've done that. And I think the one that we did, it was a year. Or it was like before camp started. We wrote a letter, and then when we got home, they sent it to us when school started. One of those, but it's crazy when you see like stuff that you wrote like that, you know.
And you're like, I was an idiot. What's wrong with that kid?
Especially if you're not like in the, what do you call it, the habit of journaling and things like that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's people change. I do think people do change. I know people say that people don't change. I do think so. I can attest to that myself, or grow and all that, which is great. Changing and growing is a good thing, which is a topic that we'll hit
in the next
episode. See where I went there. I guess we're gonna fade into some music now.
Yeah.
Made by you.
Yep. And AI help, well, not the music, but you know, the visuals.
Did you you don't have like a music name like, I don't know, Eminem?
No. Oh, well, yeah. You know what? For the piano project, Griff Connington.
Riff Connington?
Yeah, that was the piano project.
Riff Connington.
Griff
Connington.
Yeah.
Why do you sound like a hipster?
It's funny you say that because I did come up with it when we were walking in Brooklyn. But it's actually a combination of names from Game of Thrones.
Griff Connington.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a something Connington and then a Griff something, and then I liked both of those names, so I put it together.
Like Travis Scott.
Yeah, kind of like that. But before I knew Travis Scott made his name like that, so it's pretty nice that, you know, I didn't do like you know what I mean, like kind of.
I think the coolest sounding band name, or I think it's a band or duo. They're called Chester French. And I don't know if they're still making music, but that's a pretty cool name.
Their favorite singer and their favorite dressing?
Possibly. Chester Bennington and French dressing. Yeah. R.I.P. Chester Bennington.
Yes.
That was like a few years ago.
I remember the first time I heard a Linkin Park song come on at the bar after he passed away, and I was drunk.
Yeah, that might hit you.
The songs hit different when you first hear them the
right,
first
right,
time
right.
after they pass away. Like the girl from the Cranberries. Rest in peace, Sinead O'Connor.
Sinead O'Connor passed away.
Lost another good one.
It's always some nice people.
You know who really hit me hard, and I didn't expect it? At the time, I was driving Uber. And I was driving someone Uber, and for some reason, I never listened to the radio because the radio gets you in trouble when you drive Uber. I might talk about that next episode. I talked about it in my other podcast way back in the day. But anyway, for some reason, I put on High 97. I must have had an appropriate person in my car that would enjoy that
so you knew your audience.
Yeah, then the guy was like on the radio, he's like, rest in peace, Mobb Deep.
Really?
The guy from Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
Well, it's a group of two people, but Prodigy. And then they started playing Shook Ones, and when I heard that song, which I've heard it so many times, and it's like a lot of different feelings to that song, it was like a sadness of that song, almost like eerie ghost feeling, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, this is the first time I'm hearing this song, and this guy's gone, you know?
Yeah. And Sinead O'Connor, she in SNL back in the 90s ripped up the picture of the Pope.
Yeah.
That was gangster. Yeah, that was like She's like, I don't care about your Grammys. She actually gave back Grammys. She's like, I don't want your Grammys. She won Grammys. She's like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, once you win them, though, I think like she could give them back, but
Doesn't matter.
she already won them. Yeah.
This stuff doesn't matter. Pope, and she had her interview about the whole child thing. I won't say the child thing in the church, in the Catholic Church, and she said, yeah, we knew about it for like 10, 15 years before it became issue or news in the United States. It's like, oh, so that's why you ripped up that Pope picture. I get it, but yeah. Rest in peace, Ms. O'Connor. Is she with Mrs.? I don't know. She has and really young too, in the 50s.
She wasn't the one that sang for Connor when he
She
came
did.
Or was her?
She did.
Wow.
Sing for Conor McGregor.
I'm sure he posted something.
I hope so.
Yeah, she has that one like fight song, right? Or something. It's like an Irish fight song. I'm sure it's like from ages ago that's been passed down through,
Yeah. I hope you edit. I hope you've been editing in. This is future Jose. I hope you've been editing in music for the past 5 minutes. Anyway, with that said, we'll see you guys. I don't know, next month.
Episode 42.
Whenever 41.
Well, the next one.
Oh yeah,
will be 42. Yeah, this is episode 41. Signing off.
Maybe 42 might come out. I don't know, November or something like that. We'll see. We'll see you guys in
like
November.
1 or 2 gray hairs.
Yeah, I can't wait to get gray hair.
Yeah.